way to waterproof ARC's forms is to use a peel and stick waterproofing membrane that goes on just like wallpaper. Before placing full sheets of membrane, run 8-inch vertical strips of the material along each of the corners to give added protection and durability to these sensitive areas. Now measure and cut full sheets of the membrane, allowing enough extra length to reach the outside edge of the footings. Pull back about 4 inches of the membrane backing and line the membrane up so that one of its vertical edges follows the vertical lines of the forms. Stick the upper portion of the membrane down, starting at the chalk line. Gradually peel off the backing and fasten the membrane to the wall by wiping it downwards as shown. If the weather is cold, you may need to use a heat gun to help the adhesion process. When you get to the bottom, work the membrane around the corner formed by the wall and the footing and continue to stick the membrane down until you reach the footing's outside edge. Subsequent strips of membrane should be overlapped a minimum of 2.5 inches. The required overlap is indicated by a printed line on the membrane surface. ARC's Wall Systems recommends you install a protection barrier once the membrane is in place. The barrier stops the membrane from being punctured during backfilling and provides it with long-term protection. The most cost-effective way of creating a protection barrier is to use the plastic slip sheet that comes under ARC's form units. Alternatively, you can use other sheathing available at your local building supply center. ARC's recommends you backfill within 1 week of installing the membrane in order to protect the membrane material from UV degradation. Parging takes steps. After the wall surface has been cleaned and prepared, use a wide trowel to apply a skim coat of Prep Coat B2000 or other EPS-compatible parging material. Use the trowel to embed fiberglass mesh into the skim coat while it is still wet. The mesh adds strength and durability to the finished installation. If you have previously installed a waterproofing membrane, extend the mesh 2 inches over the membrane to form a water-shedding drip edge. When the initial coat has partially dried, apply a second coat of B2000 over the mesh and leave it to cure. Be sure to fully embed and cover the fiberglass mesh, including the water-shedding drip edge. You can either paint the finished